Welcome back to my Klutzy Cupid. We're going through with Kururu's route now, and in order to do that, I had to first put down Masura in the love note, then Minakoshi Sensei 3 times, and now Kururu. Oh, arigato. No need to be so considerate, though. This is just a casual party.
ありがとうございます。実はおかわりというのは口実です。
Okay. Huh?
今日は偶然にも先輩の周りにたくさん恋人候補の方々が集まっているじゃないですか。
Yeah, little do you know you're one of them.
先輩はどなたを選ぶつもりなんですか？
No. This isn't really that kind of party. Like you said, it's just a coincidence that so many girls happen to be here. Minakoshi Sensei was already invited by Kinu-san beforehand. Uta decided to come because you brought it up, and Saijo-san was invited by Eru.
乾先輩は幼馴染さんだからですか？
Oh yeah. That's right.
先輩が誰と付き合っても意外性があって面白いと思うんです。どうしても迷うようなら相談に乗りますから、早くお一人に決めてガンガンアプローチする姿を見せてくださいね。
I think I got like 3 choices left at this point. You know, their personality changes pretty drastically sometimes, Kosaki-san.
そうですか？
You never noticed?
すみません。くるる、興味をそそられるとつい興奮しちゃって。
Yep, so do I, and then I eventually lose interest. Quite a bit, I might add. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's great that you get so passionate. Your enthusiasms help me out a lot, too.
ありがとうございます、先輩。
Alright, and now we have Minakoshi. Okay. And now with that, we have Minakoshi Sensei again. Okay, we've already spoken to her. And now, Anju.
次の選択肢までスキップす。次の選択肢まで飛んだぞ。
I wonder what Ushiro Senpai's doing. Yeah. After Kururu, we had to go with Minakoshi Sensei again. And now we have to go with Anju. He's gazing around at everyone with a soft smile on his lips. He's watching the rest of us from behind, but he also seemed completely off in his own world. I had no idea what he could be thinking about. Are you having fun, Ushiro Senpai? When I called out to him, he slowly turned to look at me. Kinda pissed me off how cool and composed every single movement of his was. Why? Ah, there we go. What are you talking about? You go to our school too, and you're even working with us now. Well, I suppose. We have the same school and workplace after all. Plus, it seems as though you'll be a big help at the restaurant from now on too, so... Although I hated to admit it, Ushiro-senpai was an extremely capable worker. Are you really? Because, yeah, never mind. Huh? Again, I had to wonder why he always had to bring up Eru whenever I talked to him. By the way, senpai. Okay. He gently interrupted me. Yeah, not much to say, really.
本当にそうかな。
That smile of his was utterly inscrutable.
僕に構うより他の人と話した方がいいんじゃないかな。
And that is exactly what I will do. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go refill my drink. Unable to think of anything else to say, I decided to leave him alone. Ushiro-senpai. I really couldn't get a grasp on him at all. Okay. Gonna go to the next choice.
次の選択肢まで進む。次の選択肢まで行ったよ。
And here it is. I suppose I could try discussing it with Kosaki-san one last time. Although she didn't know about the love note itself, she was still more than willing to support me in my love life. And given how observant she was, I'm sure she'd be able to give me some sound advice on who to choose as my potential girlfriend. Besides, she told me at the party that I was welcome to talk to her any time. Gladly. I think it was time to take her up on that offer. Actually, do you think you could give me just a little more time? I'd like to have one last strategy meeting with Kosaki-san before I decide.
クルルさんですか。確かに彼女は協力を買って出てくれてますけど。
Also, I don't expect this route to be very long considering that, according to the guide, Kururu is only a side route. As is Minakoshi-sensei, I believe it said.
せっかくラブノートがここにあるのに、わざわざクルルさんに相談するんですか？
I feel like she'd be able to give me a little more objective advice.
まあいいですけどね。
Not really. Ignoring Lumiel's somewhat unconvinced tone, I quickly picked up my phone. Bars. Navigating to my Rye map, I opened up a chat with Kosaki-san and... Wait. It might be kind of rude to message her at this hour. Oh, yeah. Although it wasn't past midnight or anything, it was still late enough in the evening that I was hesitant to contact her. Oh well. Guess I'll have to talk to her in person tomorrow. Sorry, Lumiel, but we're gonna have to put the love note on hold for tonight.
はあ、わかりましたけど。さっきも言ったように、決断は早めにしてくださいね。あまりに遅いと取り返しのつかないことになりますから。
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm gonna go take a bath.
はい、ごゆっくり。クルルさんですか。まあ、温かく見守るとしましょうかね。俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
I'll be right back. Alright, let's pause this sucker. The next morning... Sorry if that bit was loud. I did it directly into the mic. Anyway, the next morning, after arriving at school, I made my way toward the first year's classroom.
これが下級生のクラスですか。可愛い子がいっぱいですね。
For some reason, Lumiel had followed me as well. Why are you here too?
なんでも何も私恋天使ですよ。恋愛相談をしに行くのにのけ者にしないでください。
Fair enough. It's because you're so incredibly useless that I have to go to someone else for advice in the first place.
はっきり言わないでくれませんかね。ぐさっときます。ぐさっと。
Yeah.
ぐさー。は 私の冒険はここで終わってしまった。
And she's dead. Anyway, let's go. Let's see if Kosaki-san's here. I take a quick look around. It wasn't often I paid a visit to the first year's classroom, so I wasn't able to spot her right away. But I didn't want to stand and stare for too long either, or people might start getting suspicious of me. What to do?
兄さん、どうしたんですか?
Oh my god. What? Turning around, I find myself face to face with Uta. Shit. Now that I think about it, she's in the same class as Kosaki-san too, isn't she?
一体どうしたんです? わざわざ1年生の教室まで来て。
Well, you see.
もしかしてこのまま私の腕を取って郊外へ駆け落ちデートするとか言うんじゃ。
No.
一応私も一緒に来てるんですよ、うたちゃん。私はいつでも心の準備はできています。兄さんとならどこへでも。
Oh boy. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm here to see Kosaki-san. Get fucked. Who'd you get her for me?
妹より妹の友達ですか。いいですよ。兄さんのお願いなら喜んで。
Yeah, she's gonna kill you later.
うたちゃん目が笑ってないですよ。くるるちゃん、お客さんですよ。ロリコンな兄さんが朝からご指名です。
Oi! What the fuck? So she's just gonna resort to slandering my name, huh? Are you really surprised?
女の嫉妬は恐ろしいものですからね。
The truer words were never spoken. Never spoken.
わざわざ教室まで来なくても。
Blushing red, Kosaki-san came out to greet us. Sorry, is this a bad time or something?
まずいというか、朝から先輩の男子に呼び出されるなんて、クラスメートからどう思われるか。
Why? What are they gonna think?
しかもご指名だなんて、大崎くるるはそんなサービスやってません。
Yeah, try to forget about that. I'm gonna give Uta a stern talking to later, which she is gonna completely disregard immediately afterwards. Also, I'm not sure I want to know what kind of services she's talking about, and quite frankly, neither am I. Anyway, this is serious. I'd like to ask you for a bit of advice regarding you know what.
Oh.
I like how she said that. Her expression instantly changed. Her eyes glinted like a detective whose sixth senses had suddenly picked up on something of interest.
なるほど。のっぴきならない状態であることはなんとなく察しました。
Yeah, you could say that.
どのみちここじゃなんですから、屋上にでも行きましょう。今の時間は人も少ないですし。
Alright. Sorry for taking your time up like this.
いえいえ、お気になさらず。ぼーっとしていたら置いてかれてしまいました。
Yeah, you better get your ass in gear.
しかしつむぐさん、すごい自然な流れでクルルさんを誘い出しましたね。今も足並み揃えて仲良く歩いてますし、あの二人意外とお似合いなのでは？うたちゃんはどう思います？それよりもう教室に戻ったらどうです？いつまでもそこにいられると邪魔なんですけど。
Oh.
なるほど。意中の相手が未だに決まらないけど、そろそろ絞らないとまずいですか。
Yep, that's the long and short of it.
そういえば、そういう奇病を患ってるんでしたっけ？彼女作らないと男として死ぬみたいな。
Yeah. Yep, pretty much. I don't know how much of that she actually believed. And it was more or less the truth after all.
それなら極端な話、誰でもいいから片っ端からアタックしちゃえばいいのでは。
Yeah, see, therein lies the problem.
彼女を作ることが目的なら、それでもいいんですよね。その後、馬が合わなければ別れればいい話なんですし。
That's a frighteningly pragmatic way of thinking about it. But that doesn't sit right with me. Me neither. Getting into a relationship with someone just for the sake of being in one would be pretty disrespectful to both of them and myself. Yeah. Like my fucking ex. Bitch. Certainly with the love note, it wouldn't really matter how compatible we were as a couple. Whoever I chose, they would give me advice on how to raise their fatedness regardless. But that being said, that didn't mean I was fine with choosing just anyone. Finding a fake girlfriend in order to avoid losing the ability to get erections seemed like a poor solution to me. I wanted to be in a relationship with someone I actually loved.
なるほど。佐久間先輩はちゃんとまっすぐな恋愛がしたいんですね。
Yep. はい。For some reason, she smiled warmly at me. I might not use this as a thumbnail, I just like this CG. Anyway. I didn't really get it. But I felt like she had been testing me somehow. Anyway, what do you think, Kosaki-san? Is there someone you think would be a good match for me right now?
歓迎会の時にも言いましたけど、やっぱりあのメンバーの中にいると思うんですよね。
Like who?
ホイミ先輩は
Already went through her route. Out of the question. She's pretty much like a little kid on the inside. Plus, she's an angel of love. She's probably the least conceivable choice for me.
幼なじみさんは
Isuzu's a little complicated. There's another issue to resolve with her first.
西条先輩とか
It was a miracle enough that she showed up to the party. I usually don't even have any contact with her at all.
じゃあ歌ちゃん
My sister, hello. She's my emoto, you know.
それなら峰越先生は
I mean, I think she's a great person and all. I looked up to her too, as an older woman. But I can't really imagine myself with her. The difference in our ages is a huge hurdle already.
それなら店長さんも
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not.
もう何なんですか先輩。クルルが挙げた方たちみんな否定してるじゃないですか。
I'm not shooting them down. I'm just saying it might be a little difficult, that's all.
それが良くないんですよ。
Yeah, dude, you're not really helping.
逆に伺いますけど、今挙げた方たち以外に先輩と仲のいい女の子なんているんですか？
When's the other shoe gonna drop, I wonder? Well, now that you mention it. Aside from Lovemieru, Isuzu, Saijo-san, Uta, and Minako-sensei, the only other girl I spoke to on a regular basis was... Yeah, yep. Wait a second. Actually, there is one.
誰ですか？クルルも知っている方ですか？
Well, of course you do. It's you. You're one of the girls I get along well with too, aren't you? Wow. probably hear a pin drop right now. Her face turned a boiling red.
何を言ってるんですか、先輩。クルルはあくまで戦術アドバイザーで、先輩の恋愛対象に立候補した覚えは。
All I said was that we got along well. It's just the truth.
事実としてクルルも恋人候補なんですか？
I never said that! Sorry, I wasn't trying to tease you or anything.
ああ、いえ、それは分かっていますが、先輩、クルルのこといつもそういう目で。
Her eyes flicked timidly up toward me. She curled up her body, fidgeting restlessly. I couldn't help but be reminded of some kind of tiny animal. Wow, dude. Ugh. A girl I got along well with. Now that I thought about it like that, Kosaki-san did kind of seem rather adorable. Kind of? Kind of. Okay.
クルルのことは置いといて、先輩はもう少し身の回りにいる女の子たちの魅力に気づくべきです。
Okay, what about you?
今日一日はみんなのことを意識してみてください。それでもう一度一人で考えること、いいですか？
Alright. I'll give it a try. Thanks for hearing me out. I appreciate it.
いえ、先輩がめでたく恋愛成就できれば、クルルにとっても良い経験になりますし。
Oh, that's right. She once said she wanted to change her introverted personality by experiencing a bunch of new and different things. I got the feeling her personality had already undergone quite a dramatic change already, though. Right. Well, then I guess I better do my best. For your sake, too.
はい。よろしくお願いします。クルルのためにも。
Ah, boy. For the time being, I'll try taking Kosaki-san's advice today. And try observing the girls around me a little more closely. Not well. I still don't have an answer. Ugh, there's no use. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to put the love note on hold tonight as well. I don't feel like writing anyone's name in it when I still haven't decided who to pursue. I'll speak to Kosaki-san again tomorrow and make a decision soon, though.
まあ、私は別に構いませんけども。
Though I hated to bother Kosaki-san again, I'll have to go see her again tomorrow. I knew I was being pathetic and indecisive, but it wouldn't be a good idea to narrow down my choice to one person unless I was sure about him. I got that right. Once I talked it over with Kosaki-san, though, I was confident I'd find the answer I was looking for.
ある意味、このままでもいいのかもしれませんね。
True. What'd you say?
いえいえ、何も。
Uh-huh.
もしかしたら、まだラブノートに名前を書いていない子が運命の相手って可能性はありませんか？
Naruhodo. I guess that's also possible. I'll see what Kosaki-san has to say about that tomorrow, too.
そうしてください。
Why are you giving me that look?
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。意識したけどダメだったってどういうことですか？早いうちに恋人を作らないとまずいんですよね。
Gomenasai. Like she suggested, I tried paying closer attention to the girls around me. But in the end, I still wasn't able to decide who to pick. And just as I'd expected, Kosaki-san was rather upset with me when she heard the news. I gave it some serious thought, you know, asking myself if I was really in love with this girl and so on. But the more I thought about it, the less I began to understand what love really is. I wanna know what love is. I'm sorry.
別に無理に意識する必要なんてありませんよ。まずはその子の魅力に気づくことができればいいんです。
She's right. Yeah, he's right too. Easier said than done.
仕方ありません。今日はクルルも同行しますね。
Huh? What do you mean?
今からいろんな子にアプローチをかけに行くんです。それでもう一度恋人候補を洗い出しましょう。
Oh my god. What? Huh?
早速候補の方たちを見つけましたね。しかもちょうど2人で話してるみたいです。
Yeah. So?
話しかけに行ってください。
Yeah, that's what I thought. This probably isn't a good time, though. They might be discussing something important.
あら、佐久間くん？そんなところでコソコソしてどうしたの？
Well, shit.
佐久間くん？あなた、立ち聞きしてたんじゃないでしょうね。
And I've been spotted. No, nothing like that. I like how Saijo always has her fingers in a way that makes it look like she's measuring something. I'll leave it up to you to decide what I'm talking about. Anyway, no, nothing like that. I just thought it was unusual seeing the two of you together. Flustered, I stepped out from my hiding place. I turned to look at Kosaki-san, but...
ほら、話を続けてください。この前の歓迎会を話題にするとか。
I can't believe I'm getting love advice from a fucking... lower... From one of my kohai. She hissed at me, pushing at my back. Thanks for coming to the welcome party the other day. I know you both didn't really have anything to do with it, but I'm glad you celebrated with us. Ada and the others were really happy too, so I just want to thank you again.
別にいいのよ。私たちも楽しかったから。ええ。玉の息抜きにはなったから、行ってよかったと思ってるわ。
Oh, good.
むしろこちらこそお礼を言いたいくらいよね。呼んでくれてありがとう、佐久間くん。
Don't mention it.
いい流れですよ。今度は3人でお食事でもとか、また来てくれたら手料理振る舞いますよとか誘ってください。
I repeat, I can't believe I'm getting love advice from one of my kohai. The voice behind me demanded unreasonably. Don't be stupid. I can't just suddenly invite him to a meal.
そんなことないです。最近のトレンドはグイグイ攻め攻めアプローチですよ。
What? That's the first I've heard of it.
さっきから何二人でコソコソしてるのよ。
Shit.
なんでもないです。実は佐久間先輩がお二方に言いたいことが。そういえば歓迎会の時も佐久間くんと高崎さんは二人で話していたわよね。前々からよく一緒にいるのを見かけてたけど、二人とも仲がいいのね。
See? Even Minakoshi-sensei agrees.
二人ってそういう関係なの？
No, that's not...
今はクルルたちのことではなく、すみません。クルルたち出直してき
Yeah, I had a feeling she was gonna... Oi!
一人ぼっちで上級生の教室に来ちゃった系女子。
What the fuck?
おお、勇気ある我が妹よ。褒美にキスを使わそう。なんて言って私を押し倒してくれないかなと兄に対してあらぬ幻想を抱いている系女子。
Jesus Christ.
ってあれ、お席に兄さんがいない。
No, he isn't.
あれ、うたちゃんどうしたの？2年生の教室に来るなんて珍しいね。兄さんにお弁当を届けに来たんです。家出るとき忘れていったみたいで。そっかそっか。ね、つむちゃんならここにいます。
Ow, ow, stop pushing me, Kosaki-san!
あ、兄さん。で、くるるちゃんも一緒？
Yeah.
つむちゃん、うたちゃんがお弁当を届けに来てくれたよ。
ああ、そう。ありがとう、うた。
はい、どうぞ。まったく兄さんたら、私がいないと本当に何もできないんですから。
Don't remind me.
そうそう。俺はお前がいないと何もできないんだ。
She's my sister! Huh?
くるるちゃん？今何か言いました？何も言ってない。
She hit me in the back as if telling me to take this seriously. I wish I could hear that again. She was doing little girly punches.
くるるちゃん、さっきからどうしてつむちゃんにしがみついてるの？
She's clinging to me. Oh my god.
これは上級生の教室に来たことないから恥ずかしいんですよ。こういうウブなところが可愛いんですよね、くるるちゃん。
Sometimes.
なるほど。だからつむちゃんの後ろに隠れてるんだ。
Yeah. Let's go with that.
違う、隠れてるのはサポートするためで。二人とも仲いいんだね。なんか羨ましいな。
Oh my god. She is gonna explode. Guess you're not the type that performs well under pressure, huh?
こんなはずじゃないんです。
Yep, well, tough shit.
このままでは終われませんよ、先輩。まだ小泉先輩と店長が残ってるんですから。ほう、同伴出勤か。
Yeah, and now you see why I didn't want to talk to her. Kina-san's snide greeting immediately took the wind out of her sails.
おはようございます。ああ、くるるさんにつむぐさん。やっぱりお二人で来たんですね。
And she's probably gonna faint.
なんだやっぱりって。こいつら本当にそういう感じなのか？
God damn it.
本当にそういう感じです。きっと今日もラブラブ手をつないできたんですよ。つないでませんよ。
I'll get you back later.
なんだ、繋いでないのか。つむぐ、そういうのが男の解消というやつだぞ。
I know, but that's not... Oh my god.
不意に手を握られるとドキドキしますよね。女の子なら誰もが憧れるシチュです。
Huh? Kosaki-san and I aren't even...
シャドウは危ないから手を繋いでいこう。マイハニー。
カレピッピ、素敵みたいな。
I see.
じゃないですよ。何感心してるんですか。じゃないですよ。何感心してるんですか。
Oh, she was doing the little girly punches again. They didn't replay. Could you please stop hitting my back at every chance you get? It doesn't hurt at all, but still. In the end, though, Kosaki-san's appeals fell on deaf ears, and it was time for us to get to work. Several hours later.
おかしいです。サポートするつもりだったのに、なぜかことごとく失敗してしまいました。
Since we'd have the same shift today, Kazaki-san and I made our way home together as well.
どうして失敗したんでしょう。こちらが押す前に相手から引いていったような。
This is just a guess, but I get the impression they thought we were already going out.
そんなわけないじゃないですか。だってクルルたちはただの先輩後輩の関係で。
Yeah. I mean, you and I have been spending the whole day alone together since morning. I suppose I can't blame them. True.
なるほど。だから皆さん遠慮して。確かにそれなら説明がつく。でも先輩と恋人って。
It was odd how someone as perceptive as Kazaki-san hadn't realized it until just now.
佐久間先輩はいいんですか？クルルが恋人だと思われて。
Doesn't really bother me. But if you don't like it, I'll make sure to correct them later.
いえ、そこまでのことでは。だってもうおかしいじゃないですか。恋人探しに協力しているクルルが恋人扱いするなんて。
Uh-huh. You're getting warmer. Though I couldn't hear what she murmured under her breath, I decided to explain the truth to Isuzu and Kina-san later. By the way, I forgot to thank you. Thanks for all your help today, Kasaki-san.
いえ、こちらこそ散々振り回しちゃってすみませんでした。考えてみれば先輩にアドバイスができるほどクルルも恋愛について知らないんですよね。それなのに生意気なことばかり言って、そのくせ失敗続きで申し訳ないです。
I'm like that too. I have no... Well, okay, I shouldn't say no experience in this department. But I have no luck, but yet I also give relationship advice sometimes. Anyway, Kasaki-san's head drooped in shame. Although she had no real reason to, she had been taking my problem as seriously as if they had been her own. Problems, excuse me. I wonder what it is that's driving her to go this far from me. Yeah, you really wonder? She'd said that she'd wanted to improve her introverted personality, but for a supposed introvert, she was being exceedingly assertive about this. Suddenly, her feet came to a halt in front of the bookstore. Kasaki-san? She was staring intently at the products showcased in front of the store. She showed no sign of picking them up, but they seemed to have caught her attention nonetheless. どうしたの?
いえ、なんでもないです。ちょっと並べられている雑誌が気になっただけで。
Magazines. I took a closer look. There were various different magazines on display, but I quickly recognized which one had caught her eye. It was exhibited prominently in front of all the rest. I didn't know you read web novels.
意外ですか?
A little. I thought you'd be more into those super dense novels with lots of words. Magazine she was looking at had a feature on writers who were mainly active on the internet. Lately, I've heard about authors who've gained popularity by posting short stories and such on their blogs or social media. Although the majority of them were amateur writers, it seemed quite a few of them were able to get their works published after gaining a large enough following. Oh, good for them.
実はクルルもネット小説を書いていたりするんです。
本当に? That's cool. So she wasn't just a reader, but a writer too. Impressive.
と言っても趣味の領域ですよ。書いてる作品もまがいものばかりですし。
Well, what do you mean?
クルルが書くお話ってどうしてもどこかで見たことがあるようなものになっちゃうんですよね。斬新さや個性みたいなものが何もなくて、誰かと似たり寄ったりなお話にしかならなくて。
I see. So that's what she means by rip-off.
それである時気づいたんです。今のクルルに足りないものは人生経験なんだって。
There's that perception.
けどクルルは引っ込み思案な性格だから、経験を得るためにはまずは自分を変えなくちゃいけないなと思いまして。フェアリーテイルでバイトを始めたのもそれがきっかけです。
So you wanted to change yourself and gain new experiences in order to be able to write something unique.
あわよくばその作品をみんなに読んでもらえれば、そんなことを昔から夢見てるんです。
Yeah, it was my dream too. Then I went to song lyrics.
それが雑誌でもネットでも何でもいいんです。とにかく自分だけの物語を書いて公表することさえできれば。
Admirable. I see. I think I'm starting to get it now. I'm guessing that's also the reason you're so invested in my love life. So that you can gain more life experience, right?
身勝手な理由ですみません。特に恋愛の経験はなかなか得難かったので。でもクルルなりに真剣に取り組んでいるつもりです。佐久間先輩が素晴らしい方と結ばれるよう、クルルは。
Don't worry, I'm not mad or anything. If anything, I think it's... God damn it.
かっこいい?
I accidentally clicked. If anything, I think it's amazing how hard you're working in pursuit of your ideals. True. I think it takes a lot of determination and drive to change yourself as a person. Maybe it's because I'm someone who had given up on my own dreams. Oh, pardon me. Maybe it's because I'm someone who had given up on my own dreams, but I genuinely want to support you too. That's alright with you. I'd love to help you any way I can.
ありがとうございます、先輩。
Attaboy. Smiling softly, she gave me a small bow of the head. Perhaps it was my imagination, but it seemed like her cheeks were flushed slightly pink as well.
このこと話したの、先輩が初めてです。
How about that? Really?
ただの個人の趣味ですし、言いふらすのも恥ずかしいですから。だからみんなには言わないでくださいね。
Of course. But if that's the case, are you sure you should have told me in the first place?
まあ、佐久間先輩とは持ちつ持たれつの関係でもありますから。
Yeah. Has a point. Mutually beneficial.
エッチな意味じゃないですよ。利害関係者とかそういう意味の方で。
Relax, that wasn't what I was thinking. But you know, Now that I think about it, I never really knew a single thing about you, Kosaki-san. All I knew was that she was a good friend of Uta's. So in that sense, I'm glad I got to know a bit more about you. I'm happy we seem to have gotten a little closer.
嬉しい？それってどういう…先輩はクルルと距離を縮めて何がしたいんですか？
What? Nothing, I'm just saying. Somehow it feels like we're not on the same page anymore. Yeah, you think? Feeling strangely embarrassed for some reason, the two of us fell silent as we stood with the crowd, waiting for the light to change. There sure are a lot of people, huh? In an attempt to break the awkward silence, I groped around for a different subject. Groped around, huh?
ちょうど帰宅ラッシュの時間帯ですからね。無理もないですよ。
Yeah. Indeed, looking around, I could see the occasional salaryman skipping happily up and down for some reason. Perhaps some of them were taking their vacations early, seeing as it was almost Golden Week.
すみません。
Oh my god. Dude, don't worry about it. Getting jostled around by the crowd, Saki-san lost her balance and collided into me. In that moment, we were squeezed even closer together. And things grew awkward again, making it hard to continue the conversation. Shit. I touched the back of her hand just now, didn't I? I'd only just barely grazed it, but still. I couldn't believe how sensitive I was to the slightest touch. It made me realize how unaccustomed I was to dealing with girls. Saki-san didn't seem particularly bothered by it though, so there wasn't any reason for me to think about it too much. However...
不意に手を握られるとドキドキしますよね。女の子なら誰もが憧れるシチュです。
Yeah. We're really gonna do this, huh? Why the hell am I remembering that now of all times? Kazaki-san's soft and supple hand, half hidden by the sleeve of her sweater. Thanks to Ada's words, I couldn't help but feel my attention drawn toward it. The more I thought about it, the harder it was to tear my eyes away. Kazaki-san said she didn't have any romantic experience, right? In that case, she's probably never held hands with a guy either. Yeah, that would stand to reason. If I grabbed her hand right now, I wonder what kind of reaction she'd make. Maybe she'd just like it. Maybe I'd scare her. But since this was Kosaki-san we're talking about, she might even accept it. I had no basis for thinking so, but for some reason, I felt like that just might be the case. Kosaki-san? Huh. My body suddenly moved on its own. Before I knew it, I grasped Saki-san's petite hand in mine. Okay. Look at this guy with his collar popped up. Wow. And giving it a firm squeeze, pulled her toward me. Saki-san's smallest shoulder eventually followed suit, coming to a rest against my own. Even through her clothes, I could feel the faint warmth of her skin. Her speechlessness was more than enough to convey her shock. Yeah. Even without looking at her face, or rather, being too embarrassed to even look at her in the eye, it was obvious just how flustered she was. I heard that girls were vulnerable to surprise attacks, so I wanted to give it a try. That's what you come up with? The hell am I talking about? That was a terrible excuse. Yeah, no shit.
もしかして小見先輩が言ってたやつですか？でもなんでクルルに？
Sorry, if you don't like it, feel free to shake me off.
いえ、嫌というわけじゃ。けどあれ、ここは嫌って言わないとおかしい。あれれ。
Although I tried playing it cool, I was desperately trying to keep my composure as well. And based off that comment you made earlier, failing miserably. I was sure my hands were beating with sweat right about now.
こんなの本の中だけでしか見たことも聞いたこともなくて、どうすればいいのか。
Saki-san seemed to be at a loss as well. Seeing how innocent her reaction was, there was something I couldn't help but wonder about. You know, after what you told me, a thought occurred to me. If you're looking to gain romantic experience, wouldn't it be better to experience it yourself? Hey. I mean, I appreciate the help you're giving me, and I'm not saying the romance you read about in books never happens in real life. But I feel like it's not possible to understand what love really is until you experience it for yourself at least once. He's right, you know. I know it was hardly my place to be saying this, given how indecisive I was about my own love life. But after seeing how clumsy this underclassman of mine was, I just couldn't leave her alone. Kusaki-san averted her eyes, seeming conflicted.
できるものならしてみたいです。でもクルルなんかに恋人ができるとは思えなくて。
Really? You think too little of yourself. I think you could easily get a boyfriend if you wanted to, with how cute you are. Hey.
かわいい。先輩まさかクルルのことをそういう目で見てるんですか？もしかして今手をつないだのも。
Now that was smooth. No, that's not what I... Unable to think of a good excuse, another awkward silence fell between us. Although we continued to hold hands, neither of us knew what to say.
先輩って不器用ですよね。女の子に対して。
Yeah, tell us something we don't know. At length, Kusaki-san finally spoke.
小見先輩が言ってたからってすぐ試そうとするの単純というか、そういうの下手の横好きって言うんですよ。
I can't deny that.
でも先輩のおっしゃる通り、クルルも不器用なんです。クルルいろんな経験をしたいと思っていても、恋愛にはいつも奥手になってて。
Yeah, well, there's no better time to learn than the present.
だから先輩のことを観察して恋愛を知った気になろうと思ってましたけど。
That was your first mistake.
確かに身をもって体験しなきゃわからないですよね。なので先輩が教えてくれませんか？
Huh?
男の人のことや恋愛のこととか、 つなぐにしても何にしてもクルルにいろいろと勉強させてほしいんです。その先輩とならこうして手をつないでいても嫌ではないので。
Hold on, Kasaki-san. Are you saying...
勘違いしないでください。あくまでお互いの経験のためのお付き合いです。
There she goes again with the mutually beneficial thing.
かりそめの恋人関係を結んでお互いに不慣れなことを勉強してはどうかと。
Temper...
先輩もクルルを練習相手に使っていいですから。
A relationship for the sake of experience. Becoming a temporary couple. That's what Kasaki-san was suggesting. To make use of each other as training partners. Sure enough, the both of us were rather intimidated by the concept of love. And so our plan was for us to experience it together. Generally speaking, this wasn't a very orthodox relationship. If our friends found out about this arrangement, there was no telling how they'd react. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you know damn well how Masura and Kina-san would react to this. And yet, nevertheless, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. In order to decide which girl I wanted to be with, I felt as though giving this shot with Kasaki-san was the right call. Giving this a shot, excuse me. With her, I got the feeling I'd find my answers soon enough. Let's try practicing this romance thing. Together.
では今からそういうことでよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, I guess so. And that's how this strange relationship between me and Kosaki-san began.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
Well, now. Rather unorthodox indeed. I, definitely wasn't expecting this. But, finally in the route I wanted to start with in the first place. So, with that said, I'm gonna leave it here. Next time, we'll find out what happens the day after. And how much, teasing we're gonna get. But, till then, don't be a dick to your significant other. Especially if it's someone like Kosaki-san, and keep on rocking.